Okay, are you guys ready for this one? I hope so. I'm hitting you with another one. I hope you love it. If you don't love it, to be frank, I don't care. But I hope you do. The act of transferring property from one owner to another is called what? A, affirmation. B, alienation. C, hypothecation. D, incorporation. Are we using the process of elimination or are we using common sense? What do you guys think? The answer is B, alienation. Alienation refers to the process of legally transferring property ownership from one entity to another. Numero dos. The final step in a property transaction when ownership is transferred. You guys know this. You know it. If you just started learning real estate today, you know this one. So what is it? It's the closing. It's the final stage. The closing. You guys know that. The government's legal process of seizing private property for public use with fair compensation. Fair. It's never fair. To the owner, but don't, I'm not trying to get the government mad at me. You guys know how YouTube policies are. With fair compensation to the owner is A, condemnation, B, escheat, C, reclamation, D, restitution. What do you guys think? All right, the answer is condemnation. All right. The government can just take your property when they want. All right, but it's legal. Land of the free, home of the brave, right? I'm not going to get political on this one, I promise. A legal document conveying property ownership from one party to another is the contract, the deed, easement, or title. All right, what's that called? When we take this document to the courthouse, it's the legal document that says you own the property. What is it? What's it called? It's the deed. You knew it. I know you got that one right. I'm proud of you. A deed is a legal binding document used to transfer property ownership from one party to another. You guys already knew that one. I know it. 5. Numero 5. Holding funds or documents by a neutral third party until conditions are met is called what? If you've ever bought a property, you know this one. Okay, if you've rented your whole life, this one might be a little harder. But I call this and this one's in the common sense box if you've bought a property. It's called escrow. Okay, escrow involves it's a neutral third party that holds everything until everything's done. So it's like a third party that we all trust, right? The owner of the property trusts the escrow company, the buyer. The escrow company was not. They were not trustworthy, they would not be in business. The legal process of reclaiming a property due to default on mortgage payments is called what? All right. And it looks like, so the answer is foreclosure. And that's in the common sense box. And it looks like we might have messed up we called it estoppel. That's not correct. It is foreclosure, 100%. So I don't know how to block that out, but block estoppel it's foreclosure. And that again, that's if you guys have followed real estate at all. Again, I think so many of these are common sense, but I digress. The person transferring property ownership to another, right? So the person who is transferring, so it's my property. I'm transferring it to another person. What am I? Okay. Am I the grantor or am I the grantee? The grantee is the person receiving. In this scenario, I am the grantor. I'm the person that has the property, and I am transferring the property to the grantee. Does that make sense?
I hope.
Next question. Well, there's the long-term explanation. I gave you the short one. A grantor is the individual or entity responsible for transferring property ownership to another party. A formal document outlining a buyer's intent to purchase a property is what? Okay, due diligence is not a formal document. Offer to purchase, counteroffer, or purchase agreement. So common sense would say this is a purchase agreement or an offer to purchase. In this scenario, it is an offer to purchase, okay? An offer to purchase is a formal document expressing a buyer's serious intent to acquire a property. This has different names in the commercial world, commercial real estate world. We call this a letter of intent. Okay. Depending on where you are, you may call it a letter of intent for residential as well. But for the purposes of the real estate exam, offer to purchase, letter of intent, depending on what state you are. I've heard it called both. Upfront payments for property-related expenses like taxes, insurance, interest made at the closing of the transaction are called what? All right, so the guys, this is one that's not common sense. You just got to know it, and it's prepaids, okay? Prepaids are the initial payment made during a property transaction's closing. So, yeah. No secret to that one. Just got to learn it. Prepaids. Upfront payments, that should, get it going here. The court supervised process of validating a will and distributing the deceased person's assets, including real estate, to the beneficiaries, is called what? Hopefully you guys have not had to do this. We just did this with my grandfather recently, and it's a mess. Oh my gosh, it's a mess. If you guys have ever dealt with someone who has an estate, there's a probate process, right? The probate is like the legal process that verifies the will and who gets what. And it's painful for the families normally. Hopefully, if you have gone through this, it was smooth for you. I got 1,000 horror stories where people just get greedy during this process. They're like, oh, I deserve this, I deserve that. Yeah, it can be messy. So hopefully if you haven't had an experience in this, it was not messy. I hope. Question 10. Oh, that's the answer. Okay, that's the long form answer of probate. So there you go. Next question. A deed transferring property interest without guaranteeing title quality is what? This is not common sense. This is one that you need to make a note card or come to the website, realestateexamninja.com, and we go through this. We beat it into your brain so you can remember it. It's a quit claim deed, and you need to know all of these, okay? So you need to know so let's go through these. Like a deed of trust, that's to secure a loan. General warranty deed is a guaranteed by the seller that the property's title is clear of defects. A quit claim deed, however, offers no such guarantee and simply transfers the seller interest to the buyer. You see quit claim deeds quite often with real estate investors who are taking advantage of situations. I've never done that. I have. Sorry. I'm sorry. I've done it. The legal ownership rights to a property is called what? Is it possession, title, claim, or holding? What's it called? The title. The title represents an individual or entity's legal right of ownership to a property. It signifies their authority to possess, use, or transfer the property. Okay. The next question. Man, this one's a little stinky. Protection against potential title defects or claims is called what? Again, this is common sense if you've ever bought or sold a property. But we are calling it's protection. What's protection called? It's not a condom. In this scenario, anyway. It's title insurance, guys. All right. Title insurance is a financial safeguard that protects property buyers and lenders from potential losses. Right? There's companies that do this. All right. I think this is the last one. An examination of public records to verify a property's title history is called what? Title examination, title report, title research, title search. Which one? Title search is a comprehensive investigation of a property's ownership history. Okay? Thank you guys. I hope this video helped. If it didn't, tell me. If it did, tell me. If you hate me, keep it to yourself. Love you guys.